Hi, I'm Greg Hahn. I am going to go over a tracking system that I developed a while back. So initially, I developed this tracking system as a task management system, but realized that I can use it to track almost any type of data. For example, I use it to help track my mom's Schwab accounts, PG&E, her health information, my accounts. I can type in text, and if I type in a URL, it automatically becomes a link. I can click on it, and it will bring up your Schwab online account site, and I can do stuff with that. I can attach files, Word, Excel, PDF, image files. Yeah, so I am using Visual Studios and Microsoft SQL Server. So Microsoft SQL Server is my backend database. It's a relational database. The two leading relational databases are SQL Server and Oracle. So both these software products, Visual Studios and Microsoft SQL Server, is going to be around for forever, just like Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. So it's gonna be around forever. And I am using .NET MVC C#, which is in Visual Studios. So I had to learn MVC when I worked for UCSF Epidemiology. They use that to create database applications. Yeah, and it's very structured, so meaning that if I was to get hit by a truck, God forbid, someone else can just take over right away. So this tracking system is already developed. It's already built. So all I have to do is install it. It's very easy to install. I installed it in this laptop that I have here. You can install it in any Windows PC. I have Windows 11 Pro. You can install it in Windows 10. I've installed it in servers at UCSF. And I even installed on workstations to make that like a server itself. I made my workstation a server when I was doing stuff I did it for B of A, but I also did it for UCSF dentistry. So basically, with the IP address, users can get into my site via the IP address, my site that's in my workstation. What they would see in their end is just like dentistry reporting, and they would just click on that. And that link, it looks at my IP address to get to my workstation. I had a dynamic IP address, meaning that IP address can change. But it didn't change very often, once in every, 3 months or 6 months. You can get a static IP address, so that IP address does not change. Just, if you have a good reason, just talk to your IT person and they will change it to a static IP address. Yeah, so it's very easy to install. Software is going to be around forever. Microsoft SQL Server database is a high-end database, very robust database. So this system's very easy to use. And there's so many features. I am just going to go over the really basic stuff here at its simplest form. I did do a video on the tracking system maybe a year ago. I have a video on that, and I go through every feature, but this would take forever. So we're just going to go over the system at its simplest form, and then at its simplest form, it does wonders. So let me go into my Google Chrome, my browser, and go to one of my accounts, Greg Hahn 999, go to my local host. So my local host, when I click here, I go to my landing page. What's pretty cool is that I have 3 different backgrounds. For example, if I refresh this, if I was to go to the landing page again, it may look different. You may have this background, or you may have this background. But my favorite background would be this guy here. So I used to have several different backgrounds, a lot of backgrounds, but I narrowed it down to just those 3. So here I have my websites here. If you scroll down and up, you can see everything here. My 2 most used websites are here. This is my demo site. And I also have this demo site on the internet. I'm using HostGator. Let me minimize this right here. It's in the https://unilisa.net, unilisa.net. So this has my demo site, and it has not only my tracking system, but it has other stuff as well, like Tableau. And Tableau uses Microsoft SQL Server database as their backend database. So SQL Server, it's going to be around forever, and so many people know SQL. So you can get the table from my tracking system and even go further with that and do all sorts of things. You can link it to other tables, you know. So let's go back to the browser here with my landing page. Here I have the tracking system here as well, but I have my sensitive data in the tracking system, my mom's stuff, my stuff, my family stuff. So yeah, so we're going to focus on this site here. So I'll click here. It's going to bypass the login screen. The reason why it bypasses the login screen is because I developed this site originally for Tableau users, because I did presentations on the Tableau JavaScript API. So yeah, so with the Tableau JavaScript API, you can embed your dashboards in your web page and do really cool stuff. Yeah, so users wanted to be able to look at samples that I had here without having to log in. But if you had a user ID and password, no worries, you can log in, because your user ID may reference other links, right? So yeah, you can enter in your user ID and password, but I'll click here for auto login, which you come in as a Tableau user. So here is the task management system where you can track any type of any type of data here. And the first thing you would do is you would need a category. So let me click on task categories. Notice I have my categories here already. So I have a how-to video category. So how-to videos. I like making how-to videos. So how-to YouTube videos. So I use how-to videos you can use YouTube videos, for example, to learn how to cook, fix your car. I used to create a lot of how-to videos so that users could learn how to go through the interfaces that because I develop applications, stuff like that. So there's wow event videos. There's 2 funny videos. So again, this is my demo site. I have fun stuff here, non-sensitive data here. Tableau, of course, technical, YouTube, fun stuff. Telerik. Telerik is a third-party tool. I use it a lot to create grid components. There's a graphic interface editor component, menu component, a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff with Telerik SQL. So yeah, so to create a category, you just click here, create new category, and you just enter in a category here. Enter your category, give it a description, and then just click create. That's it. And you would have your category. But I already have my categories here. And what you would do is, if you want to order your categories, because when you create a new task, or what you would do is, the first thing you would do when you're creating a new task is you would go see a drop down with your category. You would select any categories, and it would be in this order. So you can go up here, click on sort, and it's drag and drop sorting. You can move things around, but I want it on top, so I'll leave it on top. How-to videos on top. Let's go to the task grid interface right here. So you can see it here. So yeah, I have all my records here. Again, remember I said if you enter text, you can see it as a link, and you can see it right here. And if you go to the notes field, the way it works is that when you enter a URL, like this one has 3 URLs. That's why you see link 1, 2, 3. You can hover over each one and you can see it. And if you want to look, this is in Tableview right now. This is in Tableview. And if you want to see a record in form view, you can just click on view here, and voila, pretty cool, huh? You see your attachments right here. So again, if you write text, it comes in as a URL. You can just click on it. This is the weather. I'll close this. It's going to be overcast, it looks like. Yeah, so again, you get attachments. I can click on it. I'll close this. I go fishing a lot. So let me close this guy. And I have my flyout menus. This is something I designed. I should be able to patent this guy. Wish I could patent this. Saves a lot of real estate. Pretty cool. So yeah. So let's create a new task. Create task. The plus sign. I'll click here. Select a category. Remember, you can have it in whatever order you want. Remember, I had that drag and drop sorting for your categories, and I have it in this order. Let's create a wow event video. Let's have some fun. So this is, again, a demo site, so let's have some fun. So Control C, I always like to paste my emoji here. And let's do a video on, how about Mom's 97th birthday, playing basketball and tennis. That's what we did on her birthday. We went to the playground, played basketball and tennis. I have a video on that. So let me go to YouTube to get that URL, that link, video link. So YouTube right here, and I can go to my channel, view your channel, and that's my channel. Do a search on my channel. How about 97th? It should find it. 97th, enter, and voila, it finds it. It's right over here. I'll click here to get my video link. Edit video. I click on the edit video button, and dun, 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 it's right over here. I can highlight it and do a Control C, but I have it here. I can just click this guy to copy it, and then come here and just do a paste. Control V. And it needs to recognize the carriage return, so I need to press enter in order to display the link, to display this as a link where you can click on it. And let me just copy and paste it under, copy and paste this on notes. So I have it here as well. And I need to press the enter key so it recognizes the carriage return, so it sees it and displays it as a link. So I can have attachments here, I can have resolution here. Again, this was a task management system, but again, I can use it for almost anything. Status, pending, completed, ongoing. Let's just put non-applicable. Level of importance, high, medium, low, non-applicable. References, so we're going to do this, we're going to create a record at its simplest form. So let me just click create, and it's going to put that record on the very top. You can see it up here. Pretty cool. Let's say you don't want it on the top. So this was a task management system. So I used it. So I would use this interface, this sort, prioritize interface. So that with drag and drop sorting, because my priorities would change every day, and I would put my most important priority on the very top. I would drag it to the top, and the second most important priority in second. So there's drag and drop sorting. So let's say you want to move this guy, the one record I just created, because when you create it, it puts it on top to begin with. I can move this around, just put it down with all the other while events, or I can just, again, it's drag and drop sorting. I can just move it around anywhere I want. Pretty cool. So yeah, let's go back to the task grid right here, task grid, and you can see it up here. And yeah, so to look for that, let's say because I moved it somewhere, right? Let's just find that record. Let's play that video. So I can come to either tasks or notes, and just put 97 is good enough. 97, and I can press enter, or there's this filter here, and anything that I defaulted to contains, but it found it already. So it's right over here. All I have to do is click on a link. It either puts it, so for notes, it puts it in as link 1. If you had another URL, it would say link 2. If I hover over it, you can see the URL. I'll just click this guy here, and it's going to go to my YouTube. Happy 97th birthday, Mom. So pretty cool. So that's what it does. So here's, I'm playing one-on-one with my mom. She just turned 97 here. She's using her arms to protect the ball so I can't steal it. Then she gives me a pump fake. I try to block it, and she shoots it, and she makes it, and I can't believe it. I have my arm on top of my head, my hand on top of my head. And here she's giving me an alley-oop pass and assist. Pretty cool. What an assist by my mom. Here she gives me another assist. I pass it to her. She passes it back to me. I shoot it behind my back. What an assist by my mom. Oh, one more. So here I'm dribbling. I pass it behind my back, and she gives me a perfect bounce pass, and I bounce it in. Yeah, pretty cool. So one of the cool things you have in YouTube is you can have timelines. So let me click on more. So here you see there's basketball, and at 3 minutes 4 seconds there's tennis. So I can just click on this link here on that timeline, and here's me jumping over the net, and I'm playing tennis with my mom. So she started learning tennis at the age of 94. She's never touched a tennis racket until she was 94. And the ground was wet, and we still played. She loves tennis, and we played basketball afterwards, and then we went to her house to play ping pong. She loves ping pong. Yeah, she loves tennis more than pickleball. She just loves tennis. So if I hit her turf, she's going to hit her back. She's amazing at 97. So yeah, let's close this guy. Let's close both of these guys. I don't need to see that anymore. So yeah, that's how that works. So If you want all your records back, you can just click on this breaking filter, or I can click on reload. So you can have filters on multiple columns, multiple fields, and then break your filters one at a time. So there's ways you can, slice and dice your groups of records when you're doing analysis. What else? So, and you can also do this. You can go up to, for example, filter here. I can go to right here, filter this way. And for instance, may want to see the 2 funny videos and also the wild videos here as well. You can check what you want and not want to see. You can group things together and click on filter, and it's going to bring that right here, bring it up. So I get those records. I can break the filter just by doing that. Pretty cool. So you can export to PDF, you can export to Excel. I can filter on records and then export just those records to Excel or PDF. Or in this case, I have everything, so it would just export everything to Excel or PDF. Have my help video, help button. There's a lot of other cool features. Let me show you this. So you already know that you can have attachments. I have 6 attachments here. You can see that here. Task grid. You can create new attachments there. Tools. What else? Notes. Maybe, yeah. Check out notes. So notes, you can see things in graphics mode. I have my attachments here. I can just click on an image file. I can see it. Close this guy. So you can embed videos. You can have links in graphics mode. You can see other videos, links, URLs. It has your editor here. Pretty cool. You can go to Word or Excel. You can do a copy and paste here. Yeah, pretty. And you have my attachments here. View notes. Yeah, so let's go back. So you can do that. I think that's pretty cool. Back to task grid. What else is there to talk about? So I froze the first 2 or 3 records. So if you were to scroll right here, right or left, those first 3 columns here would be frozen. So you can always see the categories and tasks. That's when I had other applications where you would have maybe 20, 30 columns, right? So you want to freeze the first couple columns, and then, so when you horizontally scroll things, you can see the first 2 columns, things like that. Here, God, there's so many features. So you can actually, if I filter on something and click Save Grid State, and then move off this page, and then come back, it's going to remember that filter grid state. And if I want everything back, all I would do is click Reset Grid State. So it has features like that. You can, there's so many stuff here. Yeah, so those are the basic stuff and a simplistic way of using this system. So let's go back home. And is there anything to show you here? So again, I have a lot of Tableau stuff here. For example, I can go to category count. So this is using the JavaScript API event listeners. So yeah, so I'm using Tableau public here. I can select objects. I can select my objects here. You can see the categories here, the objects I selected. You get your ins and outs. I can post these guys. It drills down. These are my selected objects. I can select objects here, get my ins and outs, my word cloud, stuff like that. So I used to do a lot of Tableau stuff. Let's go back home using the JavaScript API event listeners. I have my video interface here, which is pretty cool. So you can search any video by typing partial text here. Search by emojis. Yeah, there's music. Pretty cool. Wonder Years. That's my kid when they were little. And here it has timelines. So let me show you an example of right here. So with timelines, that was a short timeline.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now I know what you're thinking. The holidays are over. What's with Santa?
It's Greg.
Well,
let's get this guy. So timelines. So let me click. So timelines can be very. I can go to different. Pretty cool. This is pretty slick. Pretty cool. Oh man, great dynamic. So anyway, so you get the picture. You can have timelines. I think that's really cool. You can go to various sections. So this is fun stuff. So I can, there's fishing, I have a lot of stuff. Pickleball, Too Funny, fishing, and again, MetaQuest 3. I did stuff there. How to videos are really important here. But you get the picture. So this is another video interface that I have. So I close that. So that's pretty much it. So that's what I wanted to show you. Anything else? So yeah, so here I can go to my internet. The internet, I have HostGator. So unilisa.net, remember http://unilisa.net. I can go to this site and it automatically bypasses the login screen. I have my resume here, games I wrote. So I wrote this game for my kids to learn their capitals and states when they were little. It has their voices here. Pretty cool. There's something I did at what do you call it, the UCSF convention, technical convention. I had a booth and I developed this game. So that's pretty cool. And people won prizes. That was pretty slick. There's other stuff in Telex. There's a lot of cool stuff here, but yeah, so you can track any type of data with this tracking system. It's easy to install. I can create how-to videos, so you can learn how to go through any of the interfaces there. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.